Welcome to our discussion about CSS. Our topic for today is external CSS or external cascading style sheets. And just like what it says in its name, we are placing CSS outside of our HTML file. So, again, the advantage of external CSS, as we have discussed in our previous topic, external CSS is used to design multiple HTML files at once. For example, you want to edit H1 and H2 of multiple HTML files, you can do so using external CSS. A lot of programmers and coders actually prefer external CSS because they are separated from the HTML files and they are very organized, they are very easy to read, they're very easy to debug as well. So, for our discussion, I already have a pre-made HTML, and if you look at this in our favorite web browser, which is Google Chrome, we have this web page. So this is the web page that I created. And then we have another web page as well. It is derived from this web page. So we have two HTML files. Okay. So we will try to edit this using CSS files. So how do we actually add CSS files in our Notepad++? There are a lot of methods, but this is one thing that I actually want to share with you, and hopefully that you will be able to practice. I mean, this is a very good practice for people who really want to be programmers and encoders in the future. So let us go with the view menu, and then let us select move or clone current document, and then let us select clone to other view. As we expect clone to other view, it will provide us with another copy of our HTML file here. And our target is not actually to clone it, but to have another window. So next, after we have another window, let us go to your new file. So we will create a new file here. So we have a clear file, and then we will save this. So let us go and save it. Make sure that when we are saving it, we are saving it inside of your folder where your working HTML is at as well. Okay, so let us name this as external.css. You can actually name it as anything that you want, but just for the clarity's sake, let's name it as external.css. So save, and we will see that it's already turned into external.css. So again, we have selector, and just a reminder, I will comment this out. We have a selector. Sorry. The comment is this part, selector. And then we have your properties and the property value. Okay. And then you will have your semicolon here. So let me enlarge this for you. Your semicolon can be treated as a period or dot of your sentence. So that means we're already done with that property. If we wish to add another property, place another property, and then value as well. So let's add a space here. Okay, so this is just a comment. It will not affect our program. So let us try and edit your body. So our selector will be body. Okay, and we add your curly bracket signs. Now, you can either do something like this, or sometimes other coders prefer doing like this. Okay, I actually prefer doing this so that it looks more organized, but is actually your call. So, Body, let us, for example, change the background color of our HTML into probably an orange one. So, sorry, background color, and then we have the colon, and then select the name. Your CSS can recognize a number of names, but not every color is there. So later in our discussions, we will talk about the different color schemes, such as your RGB, hex, the names, and there are other schemes like HSLA, but probably we will no longer discuss that. So we will just be stuck with the name, the hex, and then the RGB. So background color, orange, and then our semicolon, that is the end of our property. And then, for example, we want to place a font family. So that is like your Arial Times New Roman font family. And just to be safe, let us select sans serif. Now, what does sans serif mean? Sans serif, the sans word is, I think, it is a Latin word for without, and serif is the word for tails. So without tails. That is similar to your Arial, Calibri, and anything that doesn't look like your Times New Roman or your Garamond. So again, to end this, place a semicolon, body. So after this, body, after we have edited this, let us add another edit for your H1. So we expect that when we edit this body, it will edit this body tag here, and then this H1 will edit this H1 here. So H1, let us try placing your curly brackets again. Again, your curly brackets can either be here or here, it's up to you. Now, let us have, for example, the color or the font color of your H1 is white. Okay, so let us save this external.css. So save it here or just press Ctrl S, and then let us check your web page. So if I refresh this, hopefully it will change into the description that we provided. See, unfortunately it did not. So what is probably the reason? Well, the reason it did not change is because we did not place any link in our HTML file to link your HTML file to your external.css. So in order to link your HTML file, we will add something inside here, inside your head containers. So after the title, we place link href. Now, please remember codes, this line of code. The only thing that you will actually replace here is the name of the file, the external.css. For example, your external.css is main.css, okay? But other than the file name, you will rarely change any of the characteristics at all for the external.css. So, href external.css, that is the name. And then let's add type is equal to text CSS, and then rel is equal to style sheet. Okay, so in order for you to actually see this, I'll just place this at the bottom part. Okay, type is equal to text CSS. Okay, and then save it. Let's check if this will do anything in our web page. So there it is. We have an orange background and then we have a white color. h1. But like I said, your external CSS is not only limited to one HTML, but to a multiple of HTML. So what we will do is let us try to copy this link, href, this entire thing. By the way, please make sure that that is inside your head containers. If possible, place that after your title tags so that you will not forget it. So this link href, copy this to your second HTML here. So I will do the same thing here, and then save it, and then let us see what will happen. So when I refresh this part, you will see that it changed the web page as well. So that is the implication of your CSS files. Now, if you have any activities that your teacher provided you, please do it. And then if you have any concerns, if you want to practice more, visit W3 Schools. And if you don't have any questions, let us go to internal and inline CSS. Thank you.